All right, we are back. I hope it doesn't do this all night on me. I don't know what shut the internet off, but something did. I had to reset the entire thing. So anyway, don't know what all we missed. I'm not going to try to go back over all of it again. We got 5.5 minutes till this game starts. Probably be about 2.5 minutes till they go with the starting lineups. And so I'll give you those as they are announced over the PA system. Let's go ahead and do some commercials here.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that. But when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. These days, the concept of value matters more than ever, and you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Okay, we are back. We have about 1 minute and 20 seconds left, and I think they are getting ready here pretty quick to do the starting lineups for these two teams, and then we will get this game going. Here comes the referees down the middle. And, yep, there was the 1 minute buzzer. So, all the cheerleaders out there, which you met 3 of them earlier tonight. And they're going to be, I think we're going to be probably doing a national anthem here. Yes, that's it exactly. Do a national anthem. So I will be back, and the anthem is over. Okay, we are back. And I would assume at this point in time we are going to have the starting lineups for the Wellsville-Middletown Lady Tigers.
Varsity girls contest. Let's welcome our guests from Wellsville-Middletown Ring Primer. Let's wish students from both schools good luck as we encourage all spectators at tonight's game. Keep in mind that good sportsmanship is expected at Elsberry.
All right, giving some sportsmanship announcements. Very important. All right, starting tonight for the Wellsville-Middletown Lady Tigers. Number 4, Lucy Snitker. Number 10, Danny Hager. Number 11, Kaya Mays. Number 13, Elizabeth Burdick. And number 15, Morgan Bryant. And now, starting for your hometown, Elsberry Lady Indians. Number 10, Candace Dow. Number 12, Kylie Kinsler. Number 14, Abby Jenkins. Number 15, Mackenzie Gladney. And number 43, Tyra Henderson. That's the starting lineups for your hometown Elsberry Lady Indians. So, see who we're going to have jumping out here. Try to see who the tall ones are on their team. The starting, I'm going to assume, well, I'm just going to guess Mackenzie Gladney is going to jump for Elsberry. And jumping for Wellsville-Middletown is number 4, Lucy Snitker. Let's see who they put in there, and it looks like it is going to be Mackenzie Gladney. Looks like about a 2 or 3 inch difference. And that ball starts off with Wellsville. So they control the ball on the perimeter. See how well they're able to get it inside. They've got some height. And ball goes right through the arms of Snitker, and Abby Jenkins picks it up. And we have a jump ball called. And so on alternating possessions, that goes to Elsberry. So Candace Dow brings it down the floor. Brings it up the floor, down the floor. And There's going to be another jump ball. They got the ball onto the post to Mackenzie Gladney, and so once again on alternating possessions, that goes over this time to Wellsville. So handling the ball now is Elizabeth Burdick. They had a little bit of trouble getting it across the line, but they did make it. Burdick with the ball, passing it around. There's a three-point attempt, no good, and that was Bryant that tried that. Candace Dowell has the ball, bringing it up the court. She holds it way out on the high point. Sends it over to Kinsler. Kinsler gets into the free throw area. Jenkins has it now. She's out at the point. Back to Dowell. Gladney give it to Tyra. She had it broken or torn away from her, but now Gladney was able to get it back way in the backcourt. So Dowell brings it up the court again, and they'll start over. So far, there's no score in this game. We've played a minute and a half, and there's no score. There's a long two-point shot for Tyra Henderson. No good, and it touched nothing and went out of bounds. So it's Wellsville's ball. A little bit of pressure put on by Elsberry. And Mackenzie Gladney broke that pass up. Now long pass up to Tyra. She puts it up, no good, gets her own rebound. Tries to get it over to Mackenzie Gladney, and she wasn't able to do anything with it, and so jump ball was called. And yeah, Wellsville was out of bounds, and I thought arrows pointing towards Elsberry. So Kinsler has it out of bounds. They get it to Tyra. She puts it up, and she wasn't able to get a shot away. It was partially blocked. Mackenzie Gladney got a shot off, but she wasn't able to hit it, but she did draw the foul, and we have a Wellsville player down. So let's just move the camera out here. She looks like she's complaining of her right knee. So let's go ahead and take a commercial break while we're doing this.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, Mackenzie Gladney on the line for a shot, and her first one is good. And that is the first scoring of the game. The score is 1-0 with 2 minutes gone in the game already. That was number 13, Elizabeth Burdick, that looked like she hurt her ankle or her knee. Second free throw was good, and she had to be helped off the floor. So let's hope that there's no kind of real injury there. Ball was stolen temporarily by Tyra Henderson, and they got the ball in deep to Danny Hager. She went up for a left-handed layup. Wasn't able to drop the shot, but she did draw the foul. That foul is on Mackenzie Gladney. That's her first. That's the first foul of the night. So we have Danny Hager on the line for free throws, and a first shot is no good. Okay, and Gladney comes out, and Peyton Robinson comes in. Set the rebound is Tyra Henderson and Kylie Kinsler. Second shot is good for Danny Hager, so Wellsville gets on the scoreboard. Elsberry brought it down quickly, faster than I could get the camera over there. Tiny Henderson's in the game now also. She gets it over to Dowell. She brings it back out to the point. Kinsler has it now, back to Tyra Henderson, back to Peyton Robinson. Into Kinsler, and her shot was partially blocked. Good play there for Elsberry. It just didn't work. Right underneath, and Kinsler with the rebound. Tyra Henderson, they called a travel on that. Wow. Didn't see it, but I'm not down there as close as they are. So Wellsville's ball. The score is 2-1. Elsberry over Wellsville. We have 2 free throws versus 1 free throw. No field goals yet in this game. And that ball was thrown out. I'm not sure who she was passing to then, but whoever she was passing to wasn't there. So Tiny Henderson brings it up the floor. Kelsey Flaster is getting ready to check in. Robinson has it out on the high point. Now back to Dow. Into Tyra. Underneath to Kylie Kinsler. 2 points. Makes the score 4-1. And there is Morgan Bryant bringing it down. I like her pink tennis shoes. And that pass is thrown away also. Some errant passing here by the Wellsville girls. And the turnover is to Elsberry. .358 to go in the first quarter. Kelsey Flaster tried to drive in, couldn't do it, and now we have a jump ball, and that's going to be Wellsville's ball. So Morgan Bryant brings it down the floor. They get it in deep, and Tiny Henderson just takes it out of her hand. And now she holds it up. And Peyton Robinson now has it. And she tried to pass off and couldn't do it in time, and her foot slid, and she was called for a travel. So on another turnover, Wellsville has the ball. 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Wellsville with the ball in a 3-point deficit. The score is 4-1. Not any scoring to speak of in this game. 1 field goal, and that's by Kylie Kinsler. Ball stolen away by Elsberry, and here comes Tiny Henderson going in for a layup. And her shot was blocked. Goes out of bounds off of Wellsville. And so Kylie Kinsler is going to go out of bounds to throw it in. They get it into Kelsey Flaster. Back to Bellamazzi. I didn't see her come in the game, but Bellamazzi's in the game. Tiny Henderson has it, and she drives up the middle, puts it up, no good. And Wellsville gets the rebound. That is Natalie Bockelman. She has the height to get those rebounds. And a timeout called by Wellsville. So let's take a break.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, we are back. Let's see, it's going to be Wellsville's ball. 2:47 to go in the first quarter. 4-1 is the score. I've seen hockey games with higher scores than this in the first period. All right, three-point attempt, no good. Wellsville with the rebound. And Bryant has it again, way out on the point. Okay, they get it in deep, and a lot of passing around there. Three-point attempt, no good, and Peyton Robinson comes up with the rebound. And she brings it up fast and then slows it down and puts it back out on the point to Tiny Henderson. Kelsey Plaster has it, looking at a three-pointer, changed her mind. Mawsey has it out on the point, over to Tyra. Tyra goes to drive and puts it right underneath to Peyton Robinson for 2 points. And now here comes Morgan Bryant up the floor again. Another errant pass there from the Wellsville girls, and turns it over. Turns it over again. A lot of turnovers here for Wellsville. Elsberry needs to be able to take more advantage of that. For all the turnovers they've had. Right underneath. That was right underneath to Peyton Robinson. She tried to flip it back out to Tyra Henderson, and it went right through her hands and out of bounds. So each team is committing a lot of turnovers tonight. There's a three-point attempt. No good. Didn't hit anything. That was Danny Hager. Didn't hit anything, and so it's Elsberry's ball out of bounds. 1:08 to go in the first quarter. And Tiny Henderson has it out on the point. Was not working. Little errant pass there. Went off of Robinson's foot. Wellsville brings it down, drives in, and she wasn't able to get the shot. It was blocked. So they get it into Schnitker. Back around. There's a three-point shot there from Morgan Bryant. 6-4 is the score with a half a minute to go in the first quarter. Tiny Henderson sends it in. Now Tyra's looking for somebody to pass it to. Pass over the head of Olivia Kinsler. And Wellsville has the ball with 20 seconds to go. The score is 6-4. Another three-pointer, partially blocked. That was partially blocked, and then on the rebound, it was knocked out of bounds by Olivia Kinsler, I believe. So it's Wellsville's ball with 2.1 seconds to go. They got the ball right under the basket. And last second shot there was no good. And so we go into the second quarter. The score is 6-4, Elsberry. Let's take a break.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, we are back. Fresh 8 minutes on the clock. Elsberry with the ball. Henderson gets it over to Kinsler. She gets it over to Dowell. Really kind of hope that they can play a little less sloppily. There's Dowell for three, and it's good. First three-pointer of the night for Candace Dowell. Makes the score 9-4. And there is Bryant bringing it up. I don't need to look at her number. I can see her pink shoes. And Danny Hager with the ball now. And Candace Dowell has the ball. Kind of messed things up coming up the floor. Tiny Henderson passed. I'm not sure who she was passing to, but it didn't get to him, and Wellsville took it. And we have a travel called on Lucy Schnitker. Another turnover. All right, Robinson back in the game. Olivia Kinsler sits down. Dowell brings it up, gets it over to Kinsler, and she takes it right in for 2 points. And there's Bryant bringing it up the floor, speeds it up just a little bit. Gets it over to Hager. Pass was broken up by Tyra Henderson. 3-point attempt, no good. And there's 2 points for Lucy Schnitker on the rebound. And we have a timeout called. Let's take a break.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
All right, we are back. 6 minutes, 19 seconds remaining in the first half of this ball game. Score is 11-6, Elsberry. Both teams have turned the ball over a tremendous amount of times tonight. There's only been one foul on either side. Each team has one foul, so nobody's really in foul trouble. So, Dowell with the ball. Wellsville playing a man-to-man defense. Gets it to Kinsler. She's down in the low post. Tyra Henderson goes in. Dowell has it way out. She looked at a three-pointer, changed her mind. And Wellsville just took over that ball. A bad pass into the middle. And Wellsville has the ball. All right, once again, Bryant with the ball. Passes over to Hager. Schnitker with it. Passing it around on the outside. Now they finally get it in the middle, and pass is broken up by Gladney. Right underneath is Kinsler for 2 points. So Bryant bringing it down again. Crowd's getting a little bit loud. Kind of early in the game for that, but they're already very loud. And Schnitker gets the ball in, and Dow gets the rebound. That was partially blocked. Now Tyra Henderson has it, and she draws a foul. That foul is on number 11, Kaya Mays. That's her first. I missed who the first foul was on for Wellsville. They've got 2 fouls, and I've only got one of them showing. But Kinsler has the ball out of bounds to Tyra Henderson right underneath for 2 points. Very good play there for Elsberry. And once again, Wellsville passing it around a lot on the outside. Kinsler almost broke that up. Just not quite. Playing a zone defense. Peyton Robinson almost stole that ball there. Schnitker drives in, puts the ball up. She puts the ball up and draws a foul. That foul is going to be on Peyton Robinson. It's her first. And that was a shooting foul, so that puts Lucy Schnitker on the line. First free throw is no good. Abby Jenkins comes in the game now. Kylie Kinsler is sitting down. Now we have Natalie Bachman in the game for Wellsville. But Schnitker's on the line. Second shot is good. That makes the score 15-7. Dow has it way out on the point. Gives it over to Tyra Henderson. Tries to get it in deep to Peyton Robinson. They send it back out again. Jenkins tries to drive in the middle, gives it to Tyra Henderson. She does drive in, and a foul was called. Let's see who that was on. That foul was on Natalie Bockelman. That was her first foul. It puts Tyra on the line. And her first shot is no good. It bounced around a little while. It thought about going in and changed its mind. So now Peyton Robinson comes out and Tiny Henderson comes in. Second shot is up and no good. And Schnitker gets the rebound. So they get the ball down the court. Hager has the ball now. Once again, Wellsville passes it around a lot on the outside, just looking for that opportunity to put it underneath, which they did there, and Tyra Henderson stole it away. And she comes up the floor. And now the ball's taken away from Tiny Henderson by Schnitker. So Wellsville has it back. 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. 3-point attempt, and it's good for Morgan Bryant. That's her second three-pointer of the night. Makes the score 15-10. Jenkins with the ball out on the point. Tiny Henderson has it now out on the high post. Back over to Candace. There's Mackenzie Gladney tried one from right underneath and missed it. And Wellsville with the rebound, and they bring it up the floor. They get the ball out on to Danny Hager out on the point so she can set something up. Another three-pointer, no good. And Tiny Henderson has the ball, tries to get it. Bounced off of Jenkins. What did they call there? That foul is on Dowell, I believe. Well, no, that foul is on Danny Hager. That's her first. I didn't see whether they said black or white, but the ball is going to Elsberry, so obviously it was foul on number 10 of Wellsville. And that's Danny Hager. It's her first of the night. Tiny Henderson tried to drive in. She tried to drive in, couldn't get the shot, then stole the ball back. Tried to get the ball in deep. Here we're going to have a jump ball. I don't think I've ever seen so many jump balls in one game. There's been a bunch. I'm glad I'm not keeping stats on how many jump balls there are. My page would be full. But Wellsville with the ball now. 15-10 is the score. Well, less than 1 minute to go in the first half. There's a shot, and it's good for Lucy Schnitker. Makes the score 15-12. Underneath, there's a 10-foot shot for Peyton Robinson. No good. And Wellsville with the ball, half a minute to go. They're down by 3 points. Bad pass goes through the hands, and Tiny Henderson brings it up, and her shot is blocked. 15 and a half seconds to go. And no foul on that play. Just knocked out of bounds off of Wellsville. Get the ball in deep. Get the camera back over there in time. That's not over and back because they didn't. They didn't take possession of it, but no time is left. There's a long shot. No good. That was Morgan Bryant that tried that long shot there at the end. But anyway, Elsberry's kind of fortunate right now. I think that half ended. Wellsville was coming on pretty strong there at the end. The score at the end of the half is 15-12. Elsberry over Wellsville in a close game. I'm not going to say it's all that great of a game, but it is a close game. So anyway, go over a little bit of the scoring such as it was. We have Peyton Robinson with 2 points. Candace Dowell with 3 points. She has 1 3-pointer shot. And we have I forgot the girl's name. Anyway, baton twirler out there. I don't know if she's going to do any more or not. But anyway, yeah, Candace Dowell with a 3-pointer. Kylie Kinsler has 3 field goals for 6 points. And Mackenzie Gladney has 2 free throws for 2 points. And Tyra Henderson has 1 field goal for 2 points. Mackenzie Gladney has hit both of her free throws, and Tyra Henderson missed both of hers. And so we, for the Wellsville-Middletown Lady Tigers, we have Lucy Schnitker has 5 points. She's 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Danny Hager is 1 for 2 from the free throw line with 1 point. And Morgan Bryant has 2 3-pointers for 6 points. And so that adds up to 12 for them. And let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The points add up, so I've kept accurate score here in the first half. So anyway, 8 minutes to go in the halftime. So let's go ahead and take some commercial breaks here, and we will be back for the third quarter.
Hey, hon, what are you doing up so early?
Oh, I'm just getting ready to take care of some stuff with the bank.
The bank? I surely hope you're going to get dressed first. You'd get some pretty weird looks showing up in your robe and fuzzy slippers.
I'm not going to the bank. I'm doing it all right here from home using People's Bank and Trust online banking and bill pay service. I can check our account balances, transfer money, make a loan payment, and even pay bills, all from the comfort of my pajamas. Best of all, it's free.
Banking in your pajamas. Now, if we could only get the grocery store to deliver.
Start banking online today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
People's Bank and Trust invites everyone to come to the game, the high school sports games that are going on right now. All area teams have put a great amount of effort and time in to perfect their skills, and they are ready to play. Support the community schools and students by cheering them on to a great season of games. People's Bank and Trust proudly supports the area teams and looks forward to seeing you at each and every game.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we can teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker at our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about. We all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We take the time to know you and your healthcare needs. Most prescriptions are filled in 15 minutes or less, and we offer free local delivery and a friendly and knowledgeable staff to answer your questions. Better service, better value, better healthcare. Locally owned and operated and proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com. At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We have numerous programs to help your wallet as well as save precious time. Save money with our RX Savings Club program, and you can save time with our medication synchronization program, where we fill your prescriptions at the same time each month. We also offer our medication adherence program to help you remember to take your medications on time as prescribed by your doctor. Better value, better service, better health care. Locally owned and operated, and proud to be your local independent pharmacy in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com. Hi, my name is Jerry Callahan. pharmacist and owner of the medicine shops in Troy and Elsberry Pharmacy. We strive every day to bring better service, better value, and better health care to our friends in our communities. We want to say thank you for your support, and we're proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com. Hi, my name is Jerry Callahan, pharmacist and owner of the medicine shops in Troy and Elsberry Pharmacy. We strive every day to bring better service, better value, and better health care to our friends in our communities. We want to say thank you for your support, and we're proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that, but when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
All right, we are back for the third quarter. First half of the second half. And Elsberry has the ball. Get it over to Candace Dowd. Now, in deep to Tyra, she couldn't do anything with it. Back out to Tanisha Henderson. Dowell out on the three-point line. That's her territory, but she wasn't taking a shot. So now Elsberry's doing a lot of passing around. They're going to try to get in deep, and they're going to have some trouble doing that because they just don't have the height to do it. Wellsville has all the height. Tiny Henderson drives in. Shot is blocked. And Kylie Kinsler has the ball, gets it way over to Candace Dowd. No good. And rebound is up. Tiny Henderson had the rebound, put the ball up, and the shot was no good. And Wellsville rebounded. And they get the ball. Now they get it across the timeline. Score is 15-12. Elsberry over Wellsville. Pass broken up by Tyra Henderson. And foul was called on number 11, Kaya Mays. That should be her second, yes. Okay, Tiny Henderson brings it up the floor. And Tyra takes a three-point shot, no good. And Wellsville brings up the floor. Long pass up, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Wellsville. And Elsberry takes over. And we have played 2 minutes in this quarter and no score. Tiny Henderson dribbling around out on the perimeter. They're just having trouble getting it in deep. We got Wellsville playing man-to-man defense. And it just seems like Elsberry is able to play against the zone defense a little better. They get it in deep to Tyra. She puts it up, and shot is blocked without a foul. And Bryant brings it up. Shot was no good for Wellsville. Tyra Henderson brings it up and puts it up for 2 points. Took it the length of the floor. Completely uncontested. Now here's Bryant bringing it up. And again, they pass around the perimeter till they can find somebody inside, which usually isn't a problem because they've got a right underneath to Schnitker, and the shot was no good. Tyra Henderson got the rebound. Schnitker got her hands in there and got the jump ball. And so on alternating possessions, that stays with Wellsville. Pass is broken up by Dow, but Wellsville gets it back. And there's a three-point shot for Morgan Bryant, and that is her third three-pointer of the night. And that makes the score 17-15. 2-point deficit for Wellsville. Ball underneath. They get it back out of the perimeter, and it's stolen by Bryant. She puts it up, takes it to length, puts it up, and good. And then we have a tied score with 3:50 to go in the third quarter. And Elsberry calls a timeout. Wellsville with 5 unanswered points. And Elsberry calls a timeout, try to get them calmed down. So let's take a quick break.
These days, the concept of value matters more than ever. And you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and
All right, we are back. Tiny Henderson with the ball outside, gives it over to Kyla Kinsler. She gets it into Peyton Robinson, puts it up in 2 points. 19-17 is the score. And that ball stolen by Tyra Henderson. She puts it up. Oh, and the ball just rolled around and didn't go in. But she did draw the foul. See who this foul is on. That foul is on number 10, Danny Hager. That is her second. So Tyra Henderson's on the line for 2 shots. She is 0 for 2 tonight from the free throw line. Make that 0 for 3. Free throw shots are just that. They are free. They need to be made. So here's Tyra ready for the second shot. Is no good. And Wellsville has the rebound. And pass forward for Wellsville. It was contested, and the ball was out of bounds off of Elsberry, so it's Wellsville's ball underneath their basket. 3:19 to go in the third quarter. Wellsville down by 2 points. And we have Danny Hager out on the point. Pass was broken up by Peyton Robinson, but Wellsville gets it back. And Wellsville seems kind of reluctant to shoot. They've been hitting some three-pointers tonight, so there's a three-point attempt. No good. And Wellsville with the rebound. That shot is up and good. I think that was Schnitker with the 2 points. And here's a three-point attempt by Dow. No good. And Wellsville, tied game. Wellsville has the ball. Sends it down, gets it over, and contested all over the place. And Dowell has the ball, going to bring it up. She gives it over to Tiny Henderson. You get the ball right underneath to Kylie Kinsler, and she has 2 points. 21-19 is the score. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. And that foul is going to be on Tiny Henderson. That is her first. That's a first team foul for Elsberry in the second half. Jenkins and Flaster are now in the game. Right underneath to Morgan Bryant for 2 points. Score is tied, 21. Flaster with the ball, back to Tiny Henderson. Now they get the ball to Jenkins. She gets it over to the free throw line to Flaster, back over to Tiny, who's now over on the far side. She's looking at a shot and decides against it. Ball was knocked out of her hand out. Kinsler with the ball, gets it to Peyton Robinson. She puts the shot up. Shot is no good, but she does draw the foul. That foul is on Lucy Schnitker. That's her first foul of the evening. So it puts Peyton Robinson on the line for 2 shots. First shot is good. Second shot is up, and it's good. 23-21 is the score. 56 seconds to go in the third quarter. Wellsville gets it across the line, and Kelsey Flaster gets the ball down to Peyton Robinson, but she wasn't able to drive in. But Tiny Henderson drives in, and her shot is blocked. And now Peyton Robinson has it again. She drives the baseline. The ball's knocked out of her hand, and it stays with Elsberry. Right underneath the Peyton Robinson. Her shot was blocked, so they bring it out on the point again. Tiny Henderson has it. Wellsville still in the man-to-man defense. Now that ball stolen away by Bryant. She puts it up, no good. And number 3, Carly Henderson, had the ball underneath. Couldn't get the shot to drop. It went out of bounds off of Elsberry, so stays with Wellsville. Schnitker from underneath, and the ball does not go in. So that ends the third quarter. Elsberry's leading by 2 points, 23-21. This has turned into a very close game here. So let's take a quick break between quarters.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay. Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the megabanks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Okay, we have a fresh 8 minutes on the clock. And we also have 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It's regulation anyway. And this ball is going to be out of bounds for Elsberry to start this fourth quarter. Kinsler gets the ball into Tiny Henderson. She brings it across the line. Now, Kinsler tried to pass to Tyra Henderson, and it wasn't there, and Wellsville takes over, down by 2 points. Wellsville put the ball up 2 or 3 times, couldn't get the shot to drop, and Mackenzie Gladney came up with the rebound. And Tyra Henderson forced her way in there, and she draws a foul. And that foul is on Lucy Schnitker. That's her second. Puts Tyra Henderson back on the line, and she is 0 for 4 from the free throw line tonight. That's unusual for her, 0 for 5. She is just not hitting her free throws tonight. There she gets one. 3-point lead now for Elsberry, 24-21. Full court pressure from Elsberry. And they get it across the line. And Mackenzie Gladney fought her way in there and created a jump ball. So that ball stays with Wellsville. So Schnitker has it out of bounds and gets the pass back and cannot get the shot. And Kaya Mays goes up with a shot. Couldn't get it to drop, but she does draw the foul, and I believe it's on Mackenzie Gladney. And it is. That's her second of the night. That puts Kaya Mays on the line. First shot is no good. Second shot is up. No good, and Mackenzie Gladney with the rebound. Gets it over to Kinsler. They tried a little fancy passing there, and it didn't work out for them. But either way, it went out of bounds off of Wellsville. Elsberry has the ball out of bounds underneath their own basket. And they need to get the ball in. Yeah, there we go. They get the ball into Dowell. And 3 seconds called on Elsberry. Candace Dow was holding onto the ball, and she was in the lane. She needed to pass that out of there. So Wellsville with the ball, 6:45 to go in the regulation of this game. And Wellsville with some trouble controlling the ball right now. But now they've got it straightened out. Bryant with the ball over to Molly Scott. Schnitker way out on the baseline. And that foul is on Lucy Schnitker. That's her third. So she's the first player to be in any kind of foul trouble with 6 minutes to go in this ball game. And Kinsler took it to the house, but her shot was blocked, so she goes on the line, see who this foul is on. That foul is on Lucy Schnitker, and that's 4 for her. Kinsler on the line. First free throw is good. Makes the score 25-21. It's now a 2-possession game, although it's kind of early to be talking about that with 6 minutes to go. Second free throw is good. Had barely even moved the net. Ball's out of bounds. Tiny Henderson did a good job of trying to save that ball from going out of bounds. She broke up the pass. And so Wellsville's ball from underneath. And putting some pressure on Wellsville. And that pass stolen away by Candace Dow. Tyra Henderson underneath. And she traveled. Yeah, she jumped up, hit a brick wall, and came back down. And that was traveling, so that shot is no good. Still 26-21. Wellsville with the ball. Again, some pressure from Elsberry. They break through it this time. And that ball is out of bounds off of Wellsville. Off of Elsberry, stays with Wellsville. Three-point attempt, no good. And Elsberry with the rebound, specifically Dowell. And she brings the ball up, gets it over to Tyra Henderson, over to Gladney, to Kinsler. She drives the line, puts it up, and 2 points. Aggressive move there for Kylie Kinsler. And Wellsville with the ball, and they need to get it across the line. There they do. And Tiny Henderson stole that pass. Right underneath to Tyra, and it is good. And Wellsville calls a timeout. So let's take a break here.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, Your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
All right, this is going to be Wellsville's ball. 4:46 to go, 30-21. Elsberry's stretched out a slight lead here. So Wellsville with the ball, they get it across the line. Get it in deep to number 4, Schnitker, and she gets 2 points. She's out there playing with 4 fouls, but at this point in time, they need her out there. She's got the height. Makes the score 30-23. Dowell with the ball out on the point. Kinsler has it now. Doing a lot of passing around now. They're trying to siphon off some of this clock. Right there to Tyra underneath. Tyra Henderson for 2 points. Wellsville with the ball. Some pressure by Elsberry. Not a whole lot, but some pressure. They're just doing man-to-man defense. So here's Hager with the ball out on the point. Gets it over to Mays. Cross-court pass over to Bryant. And shot was up by Schnitker, and that foul is on Tyra Henderson. That's her first for the night. That puts Lucy Schnitker on the line for 2 shots. First shot is no good. She is 1 for 3 tonight from the free throw line. We have Peyton Robinson in the game now for Mackenzie Gladney. And that second shot is good. So the score is 32-24. 8-point lead for Elsberry, and Wellsville calls a timeout. Take another quick break here.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All right, we are back. 3 minutes, 25 seconds to go in the regulation of this game. Score is Elsberry 32, Wellsville 24. The possession arrow is in favor of Elsberry. One more foul by Wellsville, and Elsberry will have a single bonus. Elsberry's only committed 3 fouls this half, so they're still 4 fouls away from a single bonus. Wellsville is. And Wellsville does have one player, number 4, Lucy Schnitker. She is their very tall player. They have she has 4 fouls on her, so she is in some serious foul trouble. Right now, Kylie Kinsler has the ball out of bounds. There's a Hail Mary pass right underneath to Tyra Henderson. I'm sorry I didn't get that camera over there in time, but Tyra Henderson right underneath for 2 points. 3-point attempt, no good. That was Morgan Bryant. 3:08 to go, 34-24. I need more than 2 hands here trying to keep score on paper and move the camera and watch what's going on. Tyra Henderson down on the, Tiny Henderson. Tyra Henderson brought it up the floor, passed it over to Tiny Henderson. Too many T's and Hendersons there. Either way, Tiny Henderson was fouled, and that foul is on Danny Hager. That's her third. So Tiny on the line. Shot is no good. And on the ensuing rebound, foul was called on Peyton Robinson. That's her second. So Tyra Henderson comes out of the game now. I didn't see who came in. Probably Mackenzie Gladney, I think. Bryant brings it up. And that pass was right to Tiny. So she brings it down the floor, slows it down. 2.5 minutes to go. Right underneath to Mackenzie Gladney, and the ball was stolen right out of her hands. So Wellsville has the ball now, bringing it up the floor. Bryant takes it up, puts it up, and it doesn't go in. I thought it was going to. And on the rebound, Tiny Henderson has it now, brings it up the floor. 2 minutes to go. 34-24. Get the ball to Mackenzie Gladney. She gets it over to Dowell. In deep to Peyton Robinson. And she was going to go up for a shot. Couldn't get it, and the foul is on. Foul is on Kaya Mays. That's her third. Puts Peyton Robinson on the line. She is 2 for 2 tonight. Shot is no good. And a lot of fighting around for that rebound. And Wellsville brings it up. Sense of urgency here. There's a 10-foot shot. No good. Wellsville does get the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Elsberry. 1:20 remaining. Score is 34-24. Wellsville's ball underneath their own basket. 15-foot shot. Rebound by Wellsville, but Kylie Kinsler steals it out of her hands. Kelsey Flaster for three, no good. Right underneath to McGladney. Kinsler gets it and takes it back outside. Ball knocked out of her hands, but Tiny Henderson gets it. Kelsey Flaster tried to get it into Peyton Robinson in deep, and Wellsville takes it away. 40 seconds to go, and still fighting for the ball. Nobody. Okay, finally Peyton Robinson has it. Gives it to Tiny Henderson. Over to Kelsey Flaster. And Elsberry's just going to hold on to it. 19 seconds. Pass is knocked away, and Wellsville has the ball. Right underneath to Hager. She puts it up, and it's no good. And the rebound was came down to Wellsville, but Gladney got her hands in there and got the jump ball. 5.7 seconds to go. And Candace Dowell has the ball now, and she's just going to hold on to it. And that is the end of the ball game. Final score, 34-24. Elsberry over Wellsville-Middletown. And, it was a good game in that both teams were about equal, but there was just an awful lot of turnovers, and just way too many turnovers by both teams, and bad passes. So it was a pretty sloppy game, I thought. But either way, Elsberry comes up with the victory, and final score 34-24. Let's go over a little bit of scoring here, because I get to shut this broadcast down so I can go to the boys game broadcast. But I guess we're going to have some senior night pageantry going on here. But either way, Peyton Robinson tonight had 2 fouls with 6 points to finish out the night. Candace Dowell had 3 points. She had 1 3-pointer in the first half. Kylie Kinsler had 8, 10, 12. Kylie Kinsler finished the night with 12 points. And Mackenzie Gladney had 2 points. And Tyra Henderson had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, had 11 points. So once again, Kylie Kinsler was your points leader with 12 points, followed very closely by Tyra Henderson with 11. So we didn't have any points from Tiny Henderson. Didn't play a whole lot of players. Abby Jenkins was out there quite a bit. Kelsey Plaster was. But there was a lot of players that didn't get any playing time in that game. In the losing effort for Wellsville-Middletown, we had Lucy Schnitker, which finished out the game with 4 fouls. But she had 10 points to finish this game. Danny Hager had 1 point. And Morgan Bryant had 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points. Yeah, that works out. So Lucy Schnitker and Morgan Bryant had 23 of Wellsville's 24 points. Danny Hager had a free throw to make up the other 1 point that Wellsville got. Lucy Schnitker had 4 fouls. Danny Hager had 3. Kaya Mays had 3. Elsberry only had 2 players with 2 fouls. Mackenzie Gladney and Peyton Robinson each had 2. And so that's, again, it's a victory for Elsberry, but in my opinion, I don't think they played real well tonight. I think the coaches are going to have something to say to them, but a victory is a victory. And so anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close this game out. And going to just listen to a few announcements out here. And so going to go ahead and close out this broadcast and get ready for the boys game broadcast. And so for the Indian Sports Network, this is Kenny Masterson saying good night from Elsberry, at least for the girls game. So join me back in a few minutes as I begin a new broadcast for the boys game coming up. And so good night from Elsberry.